How to make life feel more whimsical. Honestly, yeah, it's just some of my tips, I guess, to make life feel, I guess, worth living and just more fun. Because most of the time, most of the days, life just feels kind of empty, you know? Just you do what you need to do, go to school, go to work, do your homework, doom scroll for 5 hours, something like that. But then you look at the time and see it's already midnight. You're still in your bed. You haven't done any of the things you said you would do, and you've just been procrastinating. Probably, I mean, me too. Procrastinating really is ass. And look at your hobbies or your project in the corner of your room and just say, yeah, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you just do the same loop over and over again. And that's actually what makes life feel so boring. All these loops you do every single day. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it's stable. Since you don't have to think about what should I do next. You just follow your loop, your safe loop over and over and over again. Till weeks, months, years pass. And everything still stays the same. You still have that, empty feeling. So this is what I did to fix it. First of all, just one time a week, I think, just go outside and walk for an hour with your favorite music. I just do that once a week. At least that's what I do once a week. Just because my schedule always gets really busy with homework and just school stuff mostly, and hobbies and stuff. But that's just what I do, just one time a week when you're free, when you have time. So instead of watching YouTube, Insta, TikTok, whatever, just go outside for an hour, put on your playlist, or just make a new playlist for walking outside. I just walk. Or what I like to do is don't put any music on. I know a lot of people will be like, bro, what do you mean you go outside without your headphones? I go outside with my headphones because I actually don't really want to be bothered by random people walking their dog. I mean, I love dogs, but when I'm on my walk, I don't want to be bothered. I mean, I do smile at people when they smile at me and do pet their dog and say a few words, but I mean more with those fat bike children. They just start yelling at me or something. I don't know, they're really weird. I mean, they're not weird, they're just honestly annoying. They just yell at people who apparently look different to them. But that's not the topic for today. So, just go for a walk outside. And that's just kind of the time where I think about what I did this week, or just the past week, I guess. Just kind of reflect on what I actually did, what I could have done, just stuff like that. Just think about just what you did in this week. Anyways, so next thing I do is actually make time for my hobbies. You know when you're doom scrolling, just doom scrolling, and suddenly it's 3 hours have passed, and you're like, oh, how did that even happen? And you can't even remember before what kind of video that was. Yeah, exactly. So what I like to do is just set a timer when you're just randomly scrolling, right? And you just suddenly realize oh, a lot of time have passed, or suddenly you just get a notification from your friend or something, and then you actually look at the time and then think oh, I'm kind of on this app a little bit too much, for a little bit too much time. So what I like to do when I just realize that I've been on my phone too much, I just stop. I just turn my phone off. set a timer for 10 to 20 minutes and just do a little bit of my hobby. And if it feels good, I just keep going. If it doesn't, I'm trying something else for 5 minutes. If that doesn't work, I don't know. Yeah, I just actually kind of try to make time for my hobbies, kind of plan them in between. And I know doom scrolling is really like addictive, and like it's literally made to keep you to keep you like on the screen. But let's try to fight this, because it's actually not. It's just wasting your time, honestly. Like, you could have worked on your project, you could have played Minecraft with your friends, I don't know. And honestly, when you think about it, what are the kind of moments you actually remember? Do you remember what you scrolled for 5 hours like a week ago? Or do you like remember the random summers or random days where you went out with your friends or just did something really spontaneous? Actually, that's my third point. Just when you wake up, just don't grab your phone. Is this more like a weekend thing, or when you just have a day off, or you don't know what to do and you're free? Just honestly, either go out or search something on your phone in your area, like fun to do, I don't know, new restaurant, and just go there. I know you actually kind of need money for this, so when you don't have a lot, it's kind of, this isn't really a good choice. But just go out and do random things. Honestly, when you see new restaurant has opened, you go try the menu. You just do random stuff, or just like when your friend says, "Hey, you want to go there?" You just say yes. I mean, if you don't really want to go, then you don't go. That's logical. But just I guess try new things, or just make a random decor for your room, or just, I don't know. And I mean, for studying, because I think more like high school people will watch it, I guess. But for studying, it's just try to like time it. Like do blocks. I do mostly like blocks of an hour. I study for an hour, and then I have like this break of 15 minutes, and then I study again for an hour or something. Or you can even do half hours, honestly. But just try to make it, I guess, as fun as possible. I just like drink some tea, coffee, whatever you're into, Monster, just something, and also just eat your favorite snacks, I guess, with it. So it becomes more bearable. Let's say. I mean, some people like studying, but some also just really, really hate it. So this kind of also like depends on the kind of person you are. I mean, if you really hate studying, I guess, I don't really mind studying. It's just some of my teachers don't explain it well, so I have to study it all by myself, honestly. So I become my own teacher, I guess. But what I do with studying is I put like a plushie in front of me and try teaching the subjects to them. So, for example, imagine you're having biology and you have to explain the different like things in your blood, like blood cells, like plasma, kind of that. It's just an example, right? And you like put your plushie in front of you on your desk, and you say, okay, so this is blood, and it is a combination of these different things, and together this forms blood. Yapa yapa. Just like explain to someone or something, Just like that's also a really good study technique, actually. So this like kind of hack for studying to make, like, I guess, make it more fun. And I think I have also one for like goals. I have this like whiteboard But you can also just do it on a piece of paper if you don't have a whiteboard, or you just buy a whiteboard, I guess. Depends on your budget, depends on what you want to do. So I have this whiteboard, and instead of like writing my goals down, I just made like silly, goofy, like almost like stickman like characters, and I put them on the board and just like doing activities I want to do, and just like imagine those stickman people are like me, and every time I do something that like correlates to one of those things, I just put a little like star sticker next to it. So I've bought these little tiny star stickers. You can also just draw the stars. Of course, you don't have to buy stickers, but I have these little star stickers, and I just put them when I've done something. It's really funny to see like all these stars next to those little characters. I just put them like around it, or like next to them, next to like the little doodle I made. So you can like really track your progress, and instead of like putting it on a calendar and feeling bad about it, you can just be like, oh, I already got like 10 stars. I'm so proud of myself. Instead of like being, oh, I missed 2 days. Oh shit. Or like even more, but let's not be negative. Well, this was my rant about making life feel more whimsical and alive.